In the world of Alfheim Online, countless quests lie hidden among the ancient ruins of gods and legends. 4 adventurers set out on a journey unlike any other to walk the trials of Odysseus himself. Their courage will be tested, their bonds forged in fire, and at the end, one arrow will decide their fate.
Sword Art Online, Cornish Saga, Chapter 4, The Odyssey of Ithaka.
The marble ruins of a forgotten temple shimmered in the dusk. Broken columns jutted skyward like skeletal fingers. Inside, the air felt heavy, enchanted. Sinon led the way, her bow drawn. Behind her walked Ruin, Cat-Sith Lancer, his wolf familiar Fenrir padding beside him. Piran, the calm Spriggan archer, followed with a quiet gaze, and Spirit, the fiery gnome warrior, rested her axes against her shoulders as though daring the ruins to come alive. From the shadows, an NPC cloaked in midnight appeared, the Oracle of Ithaka. "Brave warriors," she intoned, her voice layered with echoes, "Ithaka lies in ruin. To restore it, you must walk the path of Odysseus, face his trials, endure his struggles. Only then may you claim the hero's bow." The torches blazed. A quest notification appeared before their eyes.
Main quest accepted, The Odyssey of Ithaka.
A foggy beach stretched before them, the air thick with a strange, sweet scent. NPC sailors stumbled through the mist, entranced by glowing flowers. Sinon's bow rose, her sharp eyes narrowing. "Those flowers, they're cursed." Spirit cracked her knuckles, grinning. "Then I'll smash them all." "Wait." Piran's voice was calm but firm. "One wrong strike and the NPCs are gone for good." The fog rippled. Lotus beasts slid forward, eyes glowing crimson. "Here we go," Ruin muttered, lowering his lance. Fenrir bared its fangs at his side. "I'll hold them. Sinon, hit the pods." The battle lit the mist with sparks and arrows. Spirit swung wide, carving beasts apart. Piran fired radiant arrows that pulled NPC sailors free of enchantment. Ruin darted between enemies, his lance flashing as Fenrir's growl shook the sand. Sinon's arrows shattered pod after pod until the mist dispersed, leaving silence and the distant sound of waves.
Quest complete, The Lotus Shore.
The cavern stank of soot and blood. Sheep shuffled nervously. At its centre lay a giant figure snoring heavily. The Cyclops stirred, its single eye glowing as it rose. "Intruders!" it roared. "My cave is your grave!" Spirit twirled her axes eagerly. Finally, something big enough to hit. "Don't get cocky," Sinon said, arrow at the ready. "One swing and you're gone." The Cyclops stomped forward, earth shuddering. Ruin launched forward, his lance biting into its ankle. Spirit roared and hacked falling rocks apart, clearing space for escape. "Keep it busy!" Piran called, firing enchanted arrows into the sheep. They stampeded, blocking the Cyclops' path. Sinon's voice cut sharp. "Hold him steady!" She released. The arrow drilled straight into the Cyclops' eye. The monster howled in agony. "No!" Ruin shouted. Together, they sprinted for the exit as the cavern collapsed behind them. The Cyclops' final scream echoed into silence.
The Cyclops' Lair. Quest complete.
The ship rose high on the seas, sails glowing faintly. An NPC sailor carried a golden bag. "Aeolus has given us the winds," he explained. "Guard them until Ithaka." But whispers grew. NPCs crept toward the bag, eyes unnatural. Spirit shoved one back, axes gleaming. "Touch it and I'll split your skull." "They're enchanted," Sinon muttered, eyes darting. "Stay sharp." Suddenly a sailor lunged. Piran's arrow pinned his sleeve to the deck. "Not happening!" But the bag trembled violently one nose and burst. Winds howled, ripping the ship apart. Lightning split the sky. The deck snapped beneath them. Sinon reached out as the world tilted. "Hold on!" The ship plummeted into the storm. They awoke in a glowing forest. A large group of pigs padded closer and transformed into humans, crying for help. From the shadows, Circe appeared, staff glowing. All of you are beasts at heart. Light engulfed them, and illusions split them apart. Spirit swung endlessly at foes that never fell, rage boiling until she realized they weren't real. She screamed, breaking free. Ruin battled his own shadow, every strike mirrored, until he trusted instinct over skill. Fenrir's howl shattered the illusion. Piran missed shot after shot, paralyzed by imagined failure, until one perfect arrow pierced his fear. Sinon faced illusions of her own allies, forcing her to steady her hand and trust her will. They regrouped, striking together. Spirit shattered Circe's wards. Ruin pinned her. Piran rooted her with arrows. Sinon's shot blew her staff away. The sorceress fell to her knees. You are worthy. Face what lies below.
Quest complete. Circe's Grove.
Darkness pressed in. Shades whispered their names. These things just keep coming, Spirit growled. They're us, Ruin muttered. Dark reflections appeared, twisted versions of themselves. The battle was vicious, every strike like fighting their own souls. But at last, the shadows fell. From the gloom stepped Tiresias, the blind prophet. Beware the suitors, he rasped. Only the bow will bring you home. Trust the marksman. The group find themselves on a rickety ship, the sea stretched wide, the siren's song drifting on the wind. Don't listen! Sinon shouted, shoving wax in her ears. They're in my head, Piran gasped. He steadied his hands and fired an arrow of light. The cliffs shook, silencing the siren's song. Then Scylla struck, heads lashing. Ruin and Fenrir charged into chaos, Spirit's axes tearing tentacles apart. Finally came Charybdis, the whirlpool dragging them under. Piran's enchanted arrows burst geysers, stabilizing the ship. Dripping, bleeding, but alive, they sailed onward. The golden pasture shimmered, sacred cattle grazed peacefully. Spirit licked her lips. That's a lot of meat going to waste. Sinon snapped. One bite and we lose everything. They resisted, but NPC companions faltered. Lightning struck one dead, burning the lesson into their minds. They pressed onward. The grand hall blazed with torchlight. At its centre rested the hero's bow. One must string the bow before they can wield its power, says a regal female voice. Spirit tried and failed. Ruin braced and failed. Piran pulled it part way. Let's try doing it together, Sinon says. Together they strained, strings snapping into place with a ringing twang. The oracle's voice echoed. The bow is strung, but only one may fire it, the truest marksman. Sinon's eyes widened. Me? Piran smiled faintly. It was always meant for you. 12 axe heads rose in a perfect line. Sinon stepped forward, golden arrow in hand. The world slowed. She exhaled and released. The arrow streaked through all 12 axe heads, embedding in the far wall. The suitors roared, blades flashing. Ruin and Fenrir smashed into the front lines. Spirit carved through foes in a whirlwind of steel. Piran's arrows bound enemy after enemy. Sinon drew Odysseus's bow once more. A prompt appeared.
Unique skill unlocked, 12-fold shot.
Sinon smiled. Game over. The arrow split into 12 glowing bolts, piercing every enemy at once. The hall fell silent. The bow shimmered into Sinon's inventory.
Legendary weapon acquired Odysseus's bow, bound to Sinon.
The oracle bowed. The Odyssey is complete. The hero's bow is yours, marksman of Alfheim. Thanks for believing in me. Spirit smirked. Told you not to miss. Ruin chuckled. Now, none of us can keep up. Piran's smile was soft. That's the shot legends are made of. The four stood together, victorious.
In Alfheim, legends are not just remembered, they are reborn. Tonight, 4 players walked in the footsteps of a hero, and one arrow carried the weight of destiny, but their story is far from over.
What you have just listened to is a product created by the Three Range Bros Studio.
hosted by 3 cosplaying fathers who
happen to be massive geeks of all sorts of fandoms.
They are Mark, the Red Cornish Ranger,
Cosplay Dude 637,
and Tai Tiger.
The studio covers different types of YouTube videos, TikToks, podcasts, and live streams.
If you wish to find out who cosplays who, the YouTube channels, the TikTok accounts, and the podcasts, and all of the other social media platforms,
please go to the 3rangerbrostudios.com.